An unprecedented event during the Chiefs vs. Chargers matchup has prompted both law enforcement and the NFL to launch investigations. The occurrence, which has circulated rapidly on social media, involved an unusual and serious consequence affecting the game's outcome, player safety, and public perception. Officials have confirmed that authorities are examining all available evidence to determine the cause and potential liability. The dual involvement of police and league regulators underscores the severity of the situation. Fans, analysts, and media outlets have immediately reacted, highlighting concerns about operational safety and accountability. Understanding this incident requires careful consideration of on-field events, procedural failures, and off-field implications, as the consequences extend beyond the immediate teams to broader discussions about league governance, player protection, and public trust in professional football. Reports indicate that the incident occurred late in the game, during a critical play affecting the scoreboard and momentum. Witnesses describe a chaotic sequence involving multiple players, referees, and unexpected interference. Video footage and first-hand accounts are being compiled to ensure a thorough assessment. Analysts emphasize the rarity of such occurrences in professional football, noting that the magnitude of the event has drawn scrutiny from both local authorities and league officials. Key questions revolve around adherence to rules, situational awareness, and whether external factors contributed to the outcome. Understanding the specifics is essential to evaluating the legitimacy of complaints, potential disciplinary measures, and procedural adjustments. This chapter examines the known sequence, preliminary reports, and emerging insights that frame the ongoing investigation into this extraordinary event. The NFL has issued an immediate statement confirming the investigation and outlining initial protocols. League representatives stress the importance of transparency, thorough review, and adherence to safety regulations. Officials are analyzing game footage, reviewing referee decisions, and interviewing players and staff. Internal committees may recommend procedural changes to prevent similar events in the future. The rapid response demonstrates the NFL's commitment to maintaining credibility and operational integrity. Analysts note that the league's approach often balances accountability with protecting competitive fairness. This stage also involves coordinating with law enforcement to ensure evidence is properly documented and assessed. Understanding the NFL's response provides insight into the governance framework and crisis management strategies deployed when extraordinary events disrupt normal operations. Local police have confirmed an ongoing investigation, focusing on possible legal violations connected to the incident. Officers are collecting statements from players, officials, and witnesses, reviewing surveillance footage, and collaborating with league authorities. Legal experts highlight that criminal liability could arise if actions endangered participants or spectators. The involvement of law enforcement underscores the seriousness of the situation and potential ramifications beyond sport, extending to public safety and accountability. Analysts point out that joint investigations with the NFL are rare, emphasizing the gravity of this case. Understanding police procedures and legal frameworks sheds light on how professional sports intersect with law enforcement when unusual events pose risks or breach regulations, requiring meticulous assessment and potential prosecution if violations are confirmed. Both the Chiefs and Chargers are experiencing immediate repercussions from the incident. Players report heightened anxiety, concern for safety, and uncertainty regarding the game's integrity. Coaches are reviewing strategies and providing guidance to maintain focus and morale. Analysts emphasize that such events can disrupt team cohesion, performance, and preparation for upcoming contests. Player unions and representatives are closely monitoring developments to ensure rights and protections are preserved. Understanding the impact on teams illustrates the psychological and operational challenges of navigating extraordinary circumstances. The incident may also influence future interactions, game planning, and adherence to safety protocols. As teams strive to balance competitive objectives with regulatory compliance, player welfare, and public perception, the incident has generated an intense media storm, with coverage spanning traditional outlets and social media platforms. Fans are reacting with shock, concern, and speculation regarding the consequences for players and the league. Analysts dissect the footage, highlight procedural failures, and debate potential disciplinary outcomes. Public attention places pressure on authorities to provide accurate information and enforce accountability. Social media amplifies both verified reports and unverified speculation, influencing public perception. Understanding media and fan reactions reveals how narrative framing, sentiment, and collective scrutiny can shape organizational responses. The heightened attention also underscores the influence of fan engagement on league decision-making and the broader implications of incidents that transcend sport to capture national attention. The ongoing investigations may result in a range of consequences, from fines and suspensions to policy changes or operational reforms. Analysts note that disciplinary measures will depend on evidence, intent, and potential risk to players or the public. The NFL may adjust safety protocols, referee procedures, or emergency response measures to prevent recurrence. Legal ramifications could extend to civil or criminal liability if laws were violated. Both teams face reputational risk, which may impact sponsorships, media relations, and public trust. Understanding potential outcomes involves considering precedent, regulatory standards, and the specific circumstances surrounding the incident. Decisions made during this period will influence league governance, team strategies, and the broader perception of professional football's commitment to safety and fairness. Historically, professional football has encountered rare yet significant incidents, prompting investigations. Comparisons highlight differences in response times, severity, and procedural reforms. Analysts note that previous cases shaped league protocols and public expectations, serving as benchmarks for assessing the current situation. Studying past events provides insight into potential resolutions, team behavior, and regulatory interventions. Understanding historical context also illustrates how extraordinary occurrences can catalyze long-term changes in policy, player safety, and operational oversight. Drawing parallels allows stakeholders to anticipate procedural approaches, disciplinary measures, and public communication strategies. Lessons learned from prior incidents inform the expectations for current investigations and the importance of ensuring transparency, fairness, and accountability in resolving disputes that extend beyond the field. As investigations continue, uncertainty dominates discussions among teams, league officials, and fans. Questions persist regarding the timing of resolutions, potential disciplinary actions, and the impact on future games. Analysts emphasize that prolonged uncertainty can affect performance, morale, and trust between stakeholders. Teams are implementing interim measures to mitigate disruption, maintain focus, and address safety concerns. Understanding this period of ambiguity underscores the importance of communication, procedural adherence, and risk management. Stakeholder concerns reflect broader themes of governance, accountability, and crisis response, highlighting the challenges professional sports organizations face when navigating unprecedented and high-stakes situations that involve both regulatory oversight and public scrutiny. The incident between the Chiefs and Chargers represents a defining moment for professional football, bridging sport, law, and public scrutiny. Investigations by police and the NFL reflect the seriousness of the event, emphasizing safety, accountability, and operational integrity. The outcomes will influence team morale, league policies, and fan trust, while also setting precedent for how extraordinary situations are addressed in the future. Beyond immediate consequences, the case highlights the complex intersection of competition, legal responsibility, and ethical obligations. The Chiefs, the Chargers, and the league are under intense observation, with resolution likely to shape professional football governance, safety standards, and organizational strategies for years to come, demonstrating the high stakes of accountability in modern sports.